Okay, welcome back. This is a worksheet on pH and pOH calculations here. We'll review a couple concepts. This is about acid and bases. Okay, pH is the power of the hydrogen ion concentration. The way to find pH is equal to the negative log. The log function is in a function on the calculator here. You'll see that. Let's focus this real quick. The log is this 10x button right there. You have to click the yellow button, control, and then get the log function. Okay. Some calculators will have its own log button, but this one, that's how you do that. I'll show you again in a little bit. Negative log of the hydrogen ion concentration. Remember, hydrogen ion concentration in water, it exists as hydronium because it's going to attach to a water molecule, H2O, and form H3O, which is hydronium. So these are the same thing. Okay. For pH, that's a negative log of H plus, or another way to find it is if you recall pH plus pOH equals 14. All right. So if you have pOH, you can just take 14 minus pOH. It will get you your pH as well. So two ways to find pH here. Number one, negative log. Number two is 14 minus pOH, depending what you have. Okay. H3O concentration is the same as H plus. Remember, it's the same as H plus. And to get that one, you will take is the antilog, the reverse. The antilog is just 10 raised to the power of pH. Okay, so whatever the pH is, in this case is 3.8 here. So you just write 10 exponent 3.8 and you'll get your answer. And here, well, let's just go ahead and do this one anyways. Power that on. Oops, hopefully you can see here. I'll type in 10 raised to the negative 3.8. Did I put negative earlier? Yes, I did. So hit enter and you have 0.00016. Okay, 0.00016. Notice this is not in scientific notation, and that's fine. As long as if you know how to write scientific notation, that's great. It would be 1, so you move it 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 1.6 times 10 to the negative 4. That would be the scientific notation. And this is a concentration. In the bracket is concentration. It's going to be capital M, molarity, molar, of hydrogen ions, okay, or hydronium ions. And the next one here is pOH. pOH, the way to get that is a different color here. pOH is simply 14 minus pH. That's one way to do it. Or pOH is equal to the negative log of the OH ions. Right? pOH corresponds with OH ions. pH corresponds with the H plus ion, the hydrogen ion. This is hydroxide. OH is hydroxide. Hydrogen for H, hydroxide for OH. So 14 minus 3.8 here. 14 minus 3.8. So you'll get what? 14 minus 3 is 11, so 10.2. That would be your pOH there. Okay? The OH, to get the OH, is antilog. OH, the concentration, guys. Remember, these brackets here tell you its concentration. You take 10 raised to the antilog, so it's 10 raised to negative pOH. You'll get your H plus concentration. So 10 raised to the negative 10.2, and you'll get that. So you punch that in. Conveniently here, there's a button here. That's simply just 10x right here. You can push that. It'll give you the same thing. Right? Negative 10.2, and this time it'll give you a scientific notation number 6.31. We'll round to the hundredths place. 6.31 times 10 to the negative, see the e to the negative 11 here? That's 10 to the negative 11. Okay. And the last column, it's asking us, is it acid, base, or neutral? There's another option, which is neutral. So remember, 1 to 7, acid is 0 to 7, base is 7 to 14, and 7 is neutral. Neutral. I don't have enough room to write there, but okay. So look at the pH, 3.8. That's between 0 and 7, so that is an acid. Okay. Always look at the pH. So we're talking about pH here. Look at pH. Look at pH. Cool. So it's not too difficult. Number 2 here, we have H3O, we have H+. So with H+, we can find pH. Remember, that is the negative log. pH is negative log of H+. So I will type in, see, this is where the negative log goes. Put the negative sign, control, and that 10x button there, that'll give you the negative log, and you'll see that here. It has a base at the bottom. That little base at the bottom is automatically base 10. Okay, just put 10. I don't think you need to put it. Let me try without putting that. Negative log. If I skip that, make sure the number 7.6. 7.6 times 10 raised to the negative 5. Type it like that, and if I hit enter, yeah, it's automatically going to put the 10 for you. So type negative log 7.6 times 10 to the negative 5, and that'll give you your pH of 4.12. 4.12. And with pH, you can find pOH. Yeah? 14 minus pH. 14 minus pH, 4.12 equals 9.88. Okay. With OH here, there's actually 2 ways to do that. Okay? There's actually 2 ways to do that. So the first way is 10 raised to the negative 9.88 here. 10 antilog of the pOH. Or the formula is H concentration times OH concentration is always equal 1 times 10 to the negative 14. So if you want OH, you can take OH equals 1 times 10 to the negative 14. Oops, out of space there, right? Divide by the H plus concentration, which is 7.6 times 10 to the negative 5. See, there's a lot more work, but you can do that. But when you divide, make sure you put this in parentheses, okay? At the bottom, the denominator, or else it's going to add on it's going to multiply the 10 to the negative 5 separately. So you can do that. You'll get the same answer as you were to put 10 to raise to negative 9 point, or you can just easily, which is equal to 10 raised to negative 9.88. I think this is easier, but for your understanding later on, if you're not provided the pOH, you can just use this one, the orange one here. Okay, so you can do that. And then look at the 4.12, it's below 7 again for acid or base. Below 7, it is acid again. Okay. And number 3 is 6.5 is the pOH. You can immediately find the pH. pH is 14 minus that. 14 minus 6.5. That'll get you 7.5. And with this, you can find, with these two, you can easily find the concentration. 10 raised to negative 7.5 equals, and find your answer. 10 raised to the negative 6.5 equals, and then find your answer. Okay? That's how you get your concentrations. Acid or base, 7.5 is above 7, so it's slightly basic. It's slightly basic. A weak base. The higher the number, the stronger the base. The lower the number, the stronger the acid. So that should get you ready to complete this. Okay? But let me get you started on number 4 here, because it seems like it has one type of each problem. They give you pH, you can find everything else. They give you hydrogen ion concentration, you can find everything else. They give you pOH, you can find everything else. And now they give you OH, you can find a couple of things. See, on this, you take a negative log of that, negative log of the OH, you'll get that. Okay, type in negative log of this number, you'll get that. And once you get pOH, you can find the pH, right? 14 minus pOH will get you the pH. And then once you find the pH, you can find your h plus, which is 10 raised to the negative pH. Remember the negative signs, guys. The problem with this is a lot of times people forget to put the negative signs. Okay. After you finish practicing on this, there's word problems for you to apply to. You don't have to memorize any of those formulas. It's always going to be given to you. You just have to understand how to use it and when to use it. You have to know what you're looking for. Okay. So, for example, determine the pH. So it's asking for pH. So you have two options. Are you using the negative log, or are you using the POH, or 14 minus POH, depending on what you're given. So you're given the concentration here. You have to take the negative log. pH is equal to negative log of 0.5, right? I'm not going to add those zeros, but you can. Once you get that, just punch in your calculator, right? So since we're at number 6 here, we see number 6. Calculate the H plus. So we know you need H plus, and you have OH. Then that's the one where you'll use this equation, because that's one way to do it. That's the direct way to do it. If you don't, so H plus is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 14 divided by the OH, 2.7 times 10 to the negative 11. Make sure you put the bottom in parentheses so that it follows the law of order of operations, okay? If you don't want to do that, if you like, there's another way. Remember, OH you can find POH, right? Once you find POH, you can find pH. And once you find pH, you can find H plus. Or you can follow 3 steps, and go the same way. You'll get the same answer. If you go the long way, try not to round too much, because the more you round, the more your numbers get skewed. Okay? So it's a cycle. Once you find one, you can go multiple ways to get to the other one. But just know what you have and what you're looking for. See, like number 7 here, they give you POH. POH, there's 2 ways to do it. You can find pH equals 14 minus the 12.2. That'll give you 1.8. pH is 1.8. Then you can find the hydrogen ion concentration, but we're looking for H plus. So we're looking for H plus, so you have to get pH first, or you have to get the OH concentration. This is another way to do it, but this is probably the easiest way. Remember, H plus is equal to 10 raised to the negative 1.8. You type that in your calculator and you get a scientific number or a decimal, depending on the calculator. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Maybe it's hard to understand what these numbers mean. So the idea is to get you introduced to these concepts, so that when you do get higher education, like in college courses, it won't be the first time seeing it. At least they'll help you understand better conceptually when you get there. Okay, so practice these, have fun with it. It's not too difficult, but it does take practice. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.